Everybody, welcome to a Saturday Mike Talk. So glad you guys are with me. I'm still trying to fight off this cold, so keep praying. Your prayers are working. I'm sleeping well. I'm taking some medication, so prayerfully, tomorrow's going to be normal because I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Tomorrow's going to be a banner Lord's Day for Song and Sword Church. First of all, at 401 East Jefferson Street, our church building, we have 6 baptisms planned over 2 services and more people indicating that they're excited about maybe making that decision. So it's going to be a baptism day. I'm always excited about that. I'm preaching this sermon, which is the second in the Love is Born series, just talking about how love is defined. How do you define love? Invite a friend to listen with you if you can't be there. And then also tomorrow afternoon, evening at from 4 to 7 here in this place, we will be, sorry, I keep messing with my nose because it's kind of runny. We will be here hosting everybody in the Song and Sword family. You're welcome if you want to. We'd love for you to be a part of it. Not to mention today, aside from recording tomorrow's sermon, we'll be helping with the distribution for our Christmas giveaway. Hundreds of family, thousands of people perhaps will, depending on the size of those families, will be helped during this Christmas season in a great way. And your generosity has been a part of that. Thank you guys so much. Text prayer to that number on the screen because I'd love to pray with you and for you. How y'all doing during this holiday season? Hope you're well. Hope things are chilling for you. Things are going fast for me right now, so I need to find a place maybe in the next week or so to chill and slow down, but that's not the life of the preacher during the Christmas season. Hope you guys are praying for us at 1:49 every day, and just want to encourage you to keep doing that. I'm going to go to Esther today as we finish up this idea of giving gifts. And there actually is an Israelite or Jewish holiday that goes all the way back at least 2,500, 2,400 years. We're really not sure because this King Xerxes, we can't really place him. He's one of the Mede and Persian kings, but his name may be different. Often kings took different names, but somewhere in the 500 range BC, so 2,500 years ago, there is a feast that's still celebrated today among the people, the Jewish people, the Old Testament people of God. Verse 17, Esther 9:17. This was on the 13th day of the month of Adar. On the 14th day they rested and made a day of feasting and gladness. The Jews who were in Susa gathered on the 13th day, and on the 14th day rested on the 15th day, making that the day of feasting and gladness. Therefore, the Jews of the villages who live in the rural towns hold the 14th day of the month of Adar as a day for gladness and feasting, as a holiday, and as a day on which they will send gifts of food to one another. And Mordecai recorded these things and sent letters to all the Jews who were all the provinces of King Xerxes, both near and far, obliging them to keep the 14th day of the month of Adar and also the 15th day of the same, year by year, as the days on which the Jews got relief from their enemies, and as the month that they had been turned for them from sorrow into gladness and from mourning into a holiday, that they should make the days of feasting and gladness days for sending gifts of food to one another and gifts to the poor. This is probably as close as it gets to our gift-giving holiday that we call Christmas. You've probably heard of it. It is the holiday, the Jewish holiday Purim, P-U-R-I-M, Purim. And it comes from the Hebrew word pur, P-U-R, which has to do with lots or dice. And the story, I'll try to make as brief as possible, was this guy named Haman, an Agagite, was trying to kill all the Jews and wanted to annihilate all the Jews. And through some trickery and some deception, he caused the king, this Persian king, to sign a decree that on a certain day, people could just kill all the Jews they wanted in all the cities throughout all of the empire, and that would be okay. Well, Esther is unknown to the king. She's a Jewish girl. And of course, she makes that famous stand where she says, you know, I'm going to go to the king, and if I die, I die. Very courageous moment led by her uncle Mordecai. Well, in the end, the king exposes the treachery of Haman, and he reverses the edict. Actually, he doesn't reverse it. He just says, here's the deal. you can defend yourselves legally, and the Jews were able to defend themselves. And on this day, the 14th or 15th, and 15th now, of Adar, which is in our March and April, they celebrate Purim. Where does the pur come in? The pur was the casting of the lots, and that's how Haman determined the date that they would allow the killing of Jews. I hope this is all making sense to you. So Haman says, King, I need permission. He casts lots. The lot is called the pur, and the pur comes up to Adar 14 or 15, and that's the day for the annihilation of the Jews. Some people think it was as much as a year later, because it took time for the message to spread through the entire Persian kingdom. So what happens is it takes a year. In that time, Esther had exposed Haman, and the king's edict was overturned, and it becomes a holiday. And I don't know if you got this or not. It becomes a holiday because they were delivered, of feasting and gladness. Therefore, the Jews in the villages see it as a day for gladness and feasting, a holiday and a day on which they send gifts of food to one another, verse 19. And then in 23, it's a day of feasting and gladness, sending gifts of food to one another and gifts to the poor. It's a gift-giving holiday. Some people refer to this Jewish holiday as the fun Jewish holiday because they dress up, they reenact the whole treachery of Haman and the king and Esther and all that kind of stuff. It's a costume day, it's a gift-giving day, but it goes all the way back here to the book of Esther 9. Did you know that? Pretty exciting stuff on this Saturday to learn together all the things that the word of the Lord has for us. And here's the message for us today. We too celebrate several holidays as Christians that celebrate our deliverance when we were sentenced to die. But God sent his son Jesus into the world to save us from our sins. That is the message of Christmas. That is the message of Easter. In fact, that's the message of every day for us. The idea that we were doomed to die, and yet our King, instead of just pardoning us and giving us a chance to defend ourselves, came to our defense through Jesus Christ and overcame sin and death on our behalf. And now we celebrate Christmas. Why? Because it was a dark, dark world that the light of the world came into. And now we can give gifts to one another because we have been given the greatest gift of all. That's a pretty good thought for this Saturday. Hope you have a great day. I hope you stay warm. Hope you have some family time. Hope you laugh. Hope you cry a little bit because you're moved to emotional stuff. And then I hope to see you tomorrow at church. God bless you guys. See you soon.